Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, I think. And I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, how do I get a woman to respect me as the man I really am? Well, if so, I'm glad you asked, because today that's exactly what I'm gonna go over. Because here's the thing, I don't care how much of a super high-empowered woman she is, we women need to respect you for the man that you are. Even if we may seem like more of a man than you are. And to make sure you never miss out on another opportunity to show that bitch who's boss, or another one of my videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right here, right now. Okay, so as you may have inferred from the title, this is a very long list, so I'm gonna get right down to it. So the very first way to get a woman to respect you immediately is to be nice and helpful to people you don't have to be nice and helpful to. So for instance, maybe you're walking down the street and you see someone yonder in a wheelchair that isn't wheeling as fast as they need to be. So you stop what you're doing and dart right over to go help said person for no other reason than you know that they could use some help. Or maybe you're at a restaurant and you're like, oh my God, this filet is really good. So then you ask the waiter if you could tell the chef personally because you've never had a filet that was that fantastic before in your life. Do you have to do it? No, not necessarily, but if you're one of those guys that we see goes out of their way to do something nice and helpful when you aren't obligated to, that tells us that you're a man who is capable of giving when you don't feel like you have to. So many people nowadays put on such a front that it's hard to tell who's really genuinely nice and who just wants some pound town out of it. So if we catch you doing something nice when you don't have to be doing it, we will immediately respect you as a man that we will want to be pounded out by later on. Number 2, keeping your cool when others don't. So maybe you're driving down the freeway listening to some new Drake, and some guy cuts you off out of nowhere. Now, are you gonna be that guy who chases him full on and scares the shit out of us in the passenger seat? Or are you gonna be that guy who's like, whoa, bro, somebody really needs to prove something to themselves in life? Nothing is sexier and more respectable than watching a man keep his cool when others can't. This means that you're a man who can have discomfort and surprises and bad shit overall happen, but you'll be able to handle it like a boss with us by your side one day. Because that's the stuff that instinctively tells us if a T-Rex were to come and fucking eat our baby, you wouldn't throw us in front of the T-Rex while you ran away. Number 3, keeping your phone at bay. So again, nowadays, people are so glued to their phone that genuine communication has kind of ceased to exist. It's a way to escape. It's a way to have any form of life or ties to the world when really your world is right in front of you. So if I notice that you're texting every time we're out to dinner, or even texting me when I know you're having dinner with your mom, we're gonna be like, okay, this guy doesn't really know how to appreciate the moment at hand. But if you are one of those guys that knows how to put your phone down, to us, we see it as you not wanting to escape the moment we have together with you right now. And we will thus want to be together with you right now in Pound Town. Number 4, which is admitting you don't know something or admitting that you don't necessarily agree with something. This goes back to keeping your cool when others don't. It's basically keeping true to who you are despite others not necessarily being in line with who you are. For instance, if everybody's sitting around there talking about the latest biotechnology creation, and you're like, I don't fucking know what that is, we're gonna respect you a whole lot more if you say that than if you try to fake it like, oh yeah, totes like bio and like tech. Totes. Again, if we can see you very politely owning up to not knowing something or not agreeing with the whole group at hand, we will literally see you as a standout guy. and respect you for it. Which brings me to number 5, which is, respecting others who have a different opinion than you or don't agree with what you're having to say. I'm sorry, I'm gonna tell you right now, people will have different opinions than you. That's kind of the beauty of meeting one another and engaging one another, is seeing that like there's people different from us. I don't know about you, but I live with myself every goddamn day, so it's very refreshing to know that other people didn't like how Game of Thrones ended. I'm just kidding, that's not refreshing. But if you come across somebody who's like, yeah, like, I don't know, I totally like how great Game of Thrones ended, like, that was like the perfect ending that I could have ever imagined. Instead of you sitting there like, oh my god, you dumb fucking bitch. Try saying something with, you know what, I haven't come across somebody who liked it as much as you do. I totally respect that. You being able to say that will make us see you, again, as a man who can keep your cool and also own up to what's going on for you. Which can then also bring me to number 6, which is walking away from something that doesn't suit you. Okay, say there is a group of people that talk shit about Game of Thrones all the time, and you're like, this is my favorite show, it's my life. Or there's a girl who's like, I just want to be friends with you and use you for how tall you are without ever putting out. If you're a guy who's like, you know what, I don't really like this situation, I'm gonna walk away and find a better situation, we will respect you for it. Let me tell you something, if you're a guy who is stuck in my friend zone and you stop being friends with me because you never wanted to be friends with me, I will notice you and want to fuck you a lot more than if you stick around helping me with my dishes and hang up shit in my house. Being able to walk away from a situation that you aren't 100% fuck yeah into is the mark of a true man, because to us, it puts off the attitude that you're not gonna settle for anything less than exactly what you want. Which then leads me into number 7, which is standing up for yourself and setting boundaries when you have to. So I'm watching a lot of 90 Day Fiancé now, and if you don't know what it is, it's basically a bunch of Americans dating a bunch of foreigners, and they have to get married so they can come to America. Anyway, a lot of these women go after younger foreign guys and basically just emasculate them and take over their lives and insist on controlling them because they're the Americans. And, well, if you're not gonna act right, then you're not coming with me to America. So if you could sit there and be like, listen, woman, I like that you're a strong, empowered female, and I won't have you talking to me like I am a weak, pathetic little boy, then we'll look at you and be like, okay, let me suck your dick. At the end of the day, I don't care how strong and empowered and Beyonce she is, we still want you to be a man in your own right. And we want you to be the man to our woman. Okay, so 8 is a little random compared to all the ones that were just connected. However, listening without interrupting is a very respectable trait to have. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you never interrupt a woman's rant and you let her go on and motherfucking on until you can't take it anymore and we can't take it anymore, we will respect you even more because at least we got to get everything out. Also, it shows your ability to stay strong and firm and non-reactive in the moment, especially when we are the threat. This goes all the way back to you keeping your calm and cool when somebody else can't. So if you're able to sit there and listen without interrupting and really take in what we have to say, we're gonna be like, well, you know what? Now that I've said all this shit, it sounds pretty fucking dumb. So I love him even more. And the last one, which is being able to validate emotions. So we women, have this joke that men just wanna fix shit whenever we try to tell you our problems. Which is a beautiful thing. Thank you for wanting to fix our shit. But most of the time when we want to vent to you, we don't want you to tell us how to fix our problem. We want to be validated for the emotions we are being vulnerable enough to show you. So if I sit here and tell you that, like, oh my god, I can't believe my sister refuses to give my puppy back, like, what a bitch. You saying something like, oh my god, babe, that's so frustrating, like, that's your baby. what the fuck? That's gonna make us feel so much more cared for as a woman and also respect you even more than if you say something like, what the fuck? Why don't you just go break into her house and get your dog back? What you're doing with the last one is you're kind of invalidating our experience and telling us to shut the fuck up and do something about it then. Which can make us feel like shit, so I wouldn't go that route. Okay, so those are the 9 things that you can do to be able to get respect immediately from any woman who crosses your path. And if you know that you need a little bit more personal assistance when it comes to getting and keeping the women you want, don't forget to check out the ways that I can help better assist you by clicking the join button somewhere on this page to find out how I can be at your side to help you get a woman by your side. Don't worry, clicking the join button doesn't mean you're gonna be charged for anything. It's just gonna show you the options you have for working with one another. Thanks for watching as always, guys, and I'll see you next time.